people. The only difference between science and religion, sir, is science can admit when it makes a mistake and adapt its beliefs. Religion, unfortunately, has some whack jobs out there who believes Lord was God, it never changes, it's unable to look at things.
Well, lots of us out there that are wrong, but the Christian is right. And the Bible is.
We're assuming they're right, sir. We're assuming right and wrong. Now, once we start going, these people are right, who's to judge one person's right, one person's wrong?
Yeah, like why?
There are
How do you know
thousands
that
upon thousands of religions in the world, sir. You simply believe in one more than I do.
Right, yeah, I've heard that.
I'm sure it's
He's
a
probably
very,
one of your poster boys, but.
well, actually, that's a very
but,
famous quote from me.
But believe in like logic, and you believe in logic?
I believe in logic.
You believe in reason?
I believe in reason.
You believe in morality?
I believe in morality.
What's your epistemology?
Epistemology? I'm sorry, sir. I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, I'm a teacher now.
No, I'm not.
So just one word.
I'm not
Epistemology.
I won't pretend to know.
Okay, I wasn't pretending either. Epistemology is your theory of knowledge, how you receive knowledge, how you receive what you know is true.
You know that's biblical
So is your epistemology empiricism?
No. It's actually, to use your term, epistemology, it's schoolwork.
I got a lot of work. No W's or X's in it.
I'm sure.
So what's your epistemology?
I've heard actually all sorts of theories. There's actually one chemist, 1968, had a theory that I really love. Every human being is born with all knowledge of everything that's ever happened on this planet, but we just we need to unlock it. I, unfortunately, not so much of a dreamer. I don't.
That's a little absurd.
No, it's
Thomas
exactly.
Edison, one of the greatest inventors that ever lived, he said that each human being has about, at the most, 1/10 of 1% of all knowledge. Okay, so I'd say that's pretty generous.
Oh, it's weird.
He wasn't rancher.
There's lots of books in the world that talk about. I can say he was. I'm saying a great inventor said that. But would you say you have more than 1/10 of 1% of everything?
No.
Okay, so we're in agreement.
I'd be lucky to get that.
So logic. So what is your epistemology?
I believe that early. Excuse me.
It's hard to get into that because you're talking about
I'm trying to pick my words very carefully.
You don't have to give me a technical term. Just tell me
No,
how you
I understand. I'm just trying to watch my words. Everything is based off the information we can be experienced. I was always I was a special child. My parents would tell me the stove was hot. I'd have to touch it. Then I'd have to touch it again to make sure it was still hot.
Do you believe in
The
empiricism?
third time, I believe we find out knowledge by repeated trials.
That's empiricism.
So, alright, okay.
So empiricism basically means that you receive all knowledge you have through your five senses. The only way you can receive knowledge. Okay? Now let me ask you this. Can you prove empiricism with empiricism?
That's going to be an interesting question.
Empiricism is a thought in your head. Okay? Logic. There's laws in logic. Would you agree?
Yes.
Let's take one very simple law, the law of non-contradiction. Would you agree with the law of non-contradiction? Okay. So A can't be non-A, B can't be non-B. I can't physically be here and physically be there at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. Defining me is what you see right here. I can't be over there at the same time.
Depends on what version of quantum physics you want to understand. But
Okay,
yes.
but the law of non-contradiction basically says those things. Okay, so the law of non-contradiction, can you see it?
No.
Can you touch it? Can you taste it?
No.
Can you smell it?
No.
Can you hear it?
No.
It doesn't exist in your worldview.
I just heard it.
So logic doesn't exist in your worldview. It exists in my worldview.
I'm not an atheist.
Well, whatever you are, you're an empiricist. That's your epistemology. What's your agnostic?
Agnosticism is actually the only correct form of religion on the planet.
Well, at least you admit it's a religion. I'll give you that much.
No, agnosticism, all we are stating is
I don't know.
that there is a God up there. There's something more powerful than me. I don't know what it is. I didn't know what it is, and I don't know if I'll ever know what it is.
Deism. Agnosticism says I don't know.
Atheism is the study.
Let's keep in mind it. Hold on a second. Agnosticism. No, I'm talking in very plain speech. Agnosticism says this. A negates, Gnostic means knowledge. No knowledge. Means you don't know.
We're accepting the
What the word
fact we
means.
don't know.
Okay, so if you're saying you believe there's a God, then you're not agnostic.
Now, I'm using the term God here for colloquialism. I don't believe it is a God. It might be.
So then you're either a pantheist or you're a deist.
All I'm saying is,
It does matter. It does matter. Okay, but the point I'm trying to make is that
we come off the major terms.
the point of the problem is that in your worldview, from your epistemology, logic doesn't exist, reason doesn't exist, morality doesn't exist.
What is your reason? I'm just curious. Explain it.
But from my worldview, my axiom is the Bible. I'm from the Christian worldview. See, in my worldview, things you can't see do exist. I believe the air is good.
I don't think you're going to find too many arguments.
I believe, hold on a second, I believe logic is good. I believe reason is good. I believe morality, and I can be consistent in my worldview, but you're not being consistent at the worst. No, you're not. If you're going to be
I've stated, for the record, and everyone here can quote me on this, I'm taking the fact that I don't believe or I don't understand, I'm using that to further my understanding. As instead of taking one artifact, one situation, one train of thought as an absolute truth, I'm trying to expose myself and others to as many different points of view as I can to find what better suits the world as we know it today.
That's a point of view.
You have no right to use logic. I'm not, wait a second. I didn't say empiricists don't use logic. I should have no right to use logic.
God made it.
And that's the problem. That is the problem there is. For their worldview, hold on, listen up. Empiricists, if they're consistent, should not even believe in logic. Should not even believe in morality. Because from their point of view, having received knowledge from the five senses, you can receive morality, logic, I didn't say you couldn't. It's part of your I didn't say anybody come and use it. If you're being consistent in your world, it doesn't exist.
He's saying that.
That's what I'm trying to enforce. They would say gravity isn't absolute. You think it's absolute?
They argue.
I don't know if it's irrelevant.
It is relevant because if it isn't absolute, we shouldn't be wasting millions of dollars on these buildings.
But see, the thing is that it really does come down to the argument about building.
Are there not buildings?
I don't know. I mean, that's not necessarily what everyone agrees.
See, if you say there isn't any, let me ask you guys, the reason I believe in logic and reason and morality is because I came from a God. I'm made in His image. He's a moral God, a logical God, and a reasonable God. That's why for my worldview, I can be consistent. But if you're an empiricist and you believe this, I'm not saying you can't use those things or you can't, or you don't, or you have no right. I'm saying you're not being consistent. Logic is immaterial and it's universal. Okay? The laws of gravity, it's universal, but it's immaterial. You can't see it, touch, taste, or smell it. Okay? But you do believe in it. The law, everything that's immaterial, but it's also universal. You have to have your foundation as the Christian God, otherwise you have no reason to believe it.